One aspect I still find fault with Ariana is her prolonged support of Sandoval over the past decade. Lala remarked, "He's the same guy you've been shoving down our throats for 10 years. And despite LFU's flaws, I tend to agree. For 9 seasons, I admired Ariana as this intriguing individual whose storylines, including her struggles with mental health, conflicts with Stassi, and disputes with Lala, were captivating. Her insights, like the time she accurately predicted Jax's behavior after Brittany discovered the cheating, were particularly commendable. However, I could never fully support her because she was involved with the most repugnant, misogynistic, and egotistical person on the show. Time and again, she elevated him to viewers and fellow castmates. Even though the previous season occurred just months after the affair was exposed, and Ariana was still grappling with her own emotions and the ramifications of the betrayal, there seems to be a lack of acknowledgement regarding the criticisms others have voiced against Tom in the past, which she stood by. She once argued that Scheana shouldn't be friends with Tom due to his poor friendship qualities, rather than out of loyalty to her. Yet, Tom has demonstrated disloyalty and mistreatment multiple times before. Why haven't we witnessed her at least recognizing, if not apologizing for, the dismissive stance she took toward those who publicly called out Tom? Her preoccupation with Kristen seemed excessive. Why did she persistently belittle Kristen? It felt like she wasn't just gatekeeping. She was being unkind because it was Kristen. It was incredibly unfair. Furthermore, I fault her for initially telling Scheana and others, because let's face it, every woman on the cast warned her about Tom, that if she couldn't fully support their relationship, they couldn't be friends. Now, she struggles to understand why others are moving on so swiftly. Well, girl, they knew. Everyone knew. They should show more sensitivity, but I've had friends who finally left their toxic partners, and it's a challenging journey to navigate. We caught these individuals at the most awkward and inconvenient times in their lives. I believe Ariana did challenge him often. She recognized his flaws, but perhaps granted him more leniency due to their lengthy relationship. Sometimes, it's challenging to see the whole picture until you're distanced from it. You look back and realize you should have noticed certain things. But in the midst of it, it's tough. We've witnessed Tom's manipulative behavior, the love bombing, etc. He deceived her for years too. In later seasons, she certainly pushed back more, and even called him out in season 5 as a little coward when he tried to meddle in the cocktail book. Much of it may have been Tom continuing to tell her what she wanted to hear. In season 10, he was supposedly getting his sperm tested for Ariana while already having an affair with Rachel. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Spill Chronicles. It's me, Ramona here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. However, why isn't Schwartz being called out for concealing events that occurred during filming for 2 consecutive seasons? To me, this is much more concerning than Katie and Ariana failing to disclose something that had already been resolved before filming. Last year, Schwartz went to great lengths to cover up the affair and fabricate false storylines to aid his friend. This year, he admitted to hiding significant information about Joe. It's hard to believe that both Toms were unaware of these occurrences as they unfolded. Why isn't production or Lala applying pressure and calling out the men for actively hiding much more? Why wasn't anything addressed regarding what we learned in the Raquel interview after the season 10 reunion about the duration of the affair? It wasn't mentioned at all this season. Why do the Toms get to act smug about Katie during the reunion when their actions are worse? Schwartz was involved with Joe while fully aware that Tom and Rachel were involved, as confirmed by Rachel, yet he continued with this hookup storyline between him and Rachel. Sandoval fabricated the entire storyline about repairing his relationship with Ariana when he had no intention of actually working on it. So why aren't both Toms being called out for inventing entirely false storylines for the camera? The reunion is highlighting Katie's silence about her anger towards Ariana and Ariana's lack of communication with Tom as major plotlines, suggesting they are not being authentic. Yet, not a single question is directed to either Tom about why they lied and faked an entire season when neither of their storylines had any truth to them at all. They both hid their relationships by portraying something different for the camera. Schwartz consistently gets away with this behavior. How did he manage to shift focus onto James when he disappeared in Mexico with Jax and Sandoval's assistance? How does this keep happening? Moreover, did anyone else find it surprising when Ariana claimed that Schwartz was the only one who made comments about her ego, suggesting she was the queen of the group? Because we all know that Sheesh and Blah Blah have been criticizing her ego throughout the entire season. Ariana admitted she didn't watch the show because she was on Broadway and wanted to shield herself from the negativity that often accompanies watching. Consequently, she hadn't seen all the negative remarks Scheana made behind her back. She believed they were all like the Spice Girls throughout the season. While I understand Ariana's decision not to watch, it ultimately did her a disservice. She still perceives these individuals as her friends, which is embarrassing given the amount of BS Lala spewed about her all season. On the contrary, it reflects poorly on Lala and Scheana, because we're aware of what they said to each other and in their confessionals. Lala, who prides herself on being real and delivering truths in harsh packages, remained silent when Ariana claimed no one else made negative comments about her. It's quite hypocritical, isn't it? Both she and Scheana were too afraid to be genuine and own up to their words. The thought of how hurt Ariana will be is sickening, and witnessing Scheana act so spitefully on the after show made me want to send her some less than friendly messages. Why should Ariana always have to speak up for Scheana regarding her relationship with Sandoval? It's absurd, and Scheana needs to distance herself. Has Scheana still not grasped that Ariana does not want her discussing her with Sandoval, does not want to hear about Sandoval, and does not want to intervene on Scheana's behalf when she faces criticism about being with Sandoval? Solve your own issues, Scheana. Why do you expect Ariana to solve them for you? Additionally, I am completely shaken. I initially watched EVR for the first 3 seasons, then took an 8-year break before diving back in at season 11 post-Sandoval. Now I've decided to watch the entire series from the beginning, and I'm currently on season 10, which I'm experiencing for the first time. I had formed so many incorrect opinions based solely on season 11, but what's really bothering me now is the gaslighting surrounding the Rachel plus Schwartz kiss. Having been through a divorce and witnessing my ex date as many of our mutual acquaintances as possible, I initially thought Katie was overreacting about boundaries. The way the kiss was always framed, it was just a dare. Scheana pushed them into it. There was no chemistry, made me believe Katie was making a big deal out of nothing. But then, I watched it unfold. Katie genuinely cried to both of them about it, and Tom dismissed her concerns, while Rachel openly admitted her interest in dating him. They even openly flirted in front of Katie and James, and when they continued to make out, turns out it wasn't a one-time thing. Everyone told Katie she was overreacting, except LFU, whose delivery was so awful it instinctively made me want to disagree with her. I know this has probably been discussed 100 times before, but witnessing it happen and seeing everyone change the story and gaslight Katie is heart-wrenching. I now firmly stand with Team Katie. The only silver lining from the Tom and Rachel kiss was that Tom got a glimpse of how repulsive he looks kissing Rachel. I used to think he was decent looking, but watching him kiss Rachel really highlighted how aged and worn out he appears. The same goes for both Toms. On the other hand, Ariana is playing chess while the others are playing checkers. There's no way she didn't have some awareness of what was happening this season. She played it smart by acting as though she didn't know anything, denying the narcissistic green-eyed monsters any ammunition. Production, Tom, blah blah, and she jealous all fell into their own traps. Ariana maintained a cool composure, leaving the narcissists with no material for their nonsense. It'll be fascinating to see what unfolds next week. I'm confident she'll come out on top. What are your thoughts? I genuinely believe Ariana when she says she didn't watch. If I were performing 8 shows a week, I wouldn't have the energy to watch a show that likely wouldn't provide a relaxing viewing experience. However, she was active online during the hiatus before the reunion filming. I noticed her liking posts on major Bravo fan accounts, so she was probably seeing clips and gauging the audience's tone. Additionally, I think her friends, like Logan, were likely watching and filling her in on things. Perhaps she entered the reunion willing to give Lala and Scheana the benefit of the doubt because she hadn't watched the season. However, witnessing their attempts to undermine her in real time made her realize their true intentions. I observed Ariana's clear annoyance when Scheana went on a lengthy tangent about how she found out about Broadway, seemingly aiming to paint Ariana in a negative light. However, where are these authentic conversations and moments we keep hearing about? Yes, the cast has indeed shown remarkable vulnerability, making it one of the best reality shows I've ever seen. However, can we please stop talking about real conversations? Ariana would never have certain discussions with Tom in real life, so why should she now, on camera? Where's the footage of Sandoval admitting to half of the things he did to Ariana? He lied throughout last year's reunion. What about Mexico? What about in their own bed while Ariana was at a funeral? Where's the footage of Tom Schwartz apologizing to Katie for humiliating her by kissing someone who's had Sandoval involved? Where's the footage of Scheana apologizing to Katie for her manipulative behavior? Where's the footage of Schwartz essentially admitting to having an open marriage while Katie remains loyal? Why can't we address the Joe and Schwartz situation? Where's the footage of Lala standing up to Randall? Why didn't they film Lala moving in the middle of the night? That's real. Where's the footage of Scheana making money by tearing down Sandoval, only to miss his friendship afterward? Where's the footage of Tom admitting he's been cheating on Ariana since season 7? Where's the footage of Brock talking to his ex-wife? Where's the footage of Lala admitting she hooked up with James at the actual time of the event? Where's the footage of Scheana genuinely apologizing without resorting to excuses like her mental health, daughter, or job? The bottom line is, this is indeed a very real show, but each cast member has certain things they don't want to reveal. It's evident that Lala and Scheana are fighting for paydays. I'm tired of this season's buzz phrases fed by the producers. Real uncomfortable conversations is as laughable as their attempt to spin a redemption arc as showing Tim's humanity or letting go of anger. Moreover, did anyone catch Scheana's latest podcast episode that dropped today? I'm about 25 minutes in, and it's almost cringeworthy listening to her practically beg Michelle and Janet to openly express their desire for her and Lala to join the Valley. It's surprising that Scheana would consider being friends with Michelle and Janet of all people. I really hope they don't allow Scheana and Lala to join the Valley. The dynamic of the show is already intriguing, and I'm curious to see how it evolves. But if they bring on these 2 fake producer puppets, it could potentially ruin the show as well. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.